It's all yours, my friend.
All right. Good evening, everyone. This is Senior VP of Leadership Development, Jonathan Bannister. We're going to get our February agent meeting started. So, hold on a second here. This evening, we are going to cover what's going well in the agency, an agent spotlight. We'll have some announcements. We have some new resources that were released throughout the month of January. We also have a training by our Senior VP of Market Development on peaks, scripts, and role play, and we have a February promotion. So, as in traditional fashion, let's start with what's going well. We haven't seen anyone for a couple weeks, so we're excited to hear what's going well within the agency. We'd love to hear some stories.
I believe we need to have Brenda kick that one off, Jonathan.
All right, I'll be happy to.
Go ahead, Ms. Wright.
So our campaign with Relay for Life American Cancer Society, we're now in action. So we started this campaign and started talking to them, gosh, a year and 8 months ago. Took us over a year to get through all the hoops and barrels and legal and security and IT and all of that stuff to come to a signing of the agreement. And over the last, started in December, we started doing training calls with some of the big region leads and then the staff members. And over the last 3 days, we've done training calls for the event leads. And there's 75 events that we're starting out with. We have, I think we're over 100 now signed up, which is really nice because today was our last call with the event lead. So we hadn't even got the word out yet, really. So we're expecting good things from this. We're expecting big things. Everybody's very excited. We had testimonials from people that are using the app, which is it's just a beautiful thing. So yeah, we're very, very excited about it.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing, Ms. Wright. That's quite the success. That thing's kicking off. Anyone else like to share?
Sure. I'd like to acknowledge Pam Thomas and Keyshawn Zachary for not taking a break during the holiday season. We have a weekly event in LA, and they have been consistent in their attendance and plugging in and bringing guests, and it's definitely paying off for them. I think Keyshawn has an extraordinary story about being the only man at a vision board party and bringing in all of the ladies that had nonprofits dear to their heart. So with that, I just want to give a special acknowledgement for both Keyshawn and for Pam for being true troopers and leaders and dynamic. And I know they will have an extraordinary 2020 as a result of it.
Wow, that's so awesome to hear, Dr. Glenn. Thanks for that update. Sounds like we got some future VPs on the line right there. Keyshawn, would you like to share anything?
Yeah, I can definitely add to that, and thank you, Leadership Council, leadership team, Dr. Glenn, Marcia, and my partner Pam. We have been in the trenches, and even when I'm silent, I'm vocal about what I'm doing outside of what we do in our meetings. So I ran into, or still stayed in contact with a couple of folks that I've been talking to throughout the years who I knew had nonprofits, and it just all came full circle. And Joel Frager says it best. It's in the follow through. So I just kept following through with people, kept following through, and it just led to knowing someone who knew someone who knew someone who all were part of foundations. And I decided to reach out and attend a meeting where it was a bunch of women and all of who had foundations and things springboarding off of businesses and foundations. So one of them came from an invite from a young lady named Natalie from Black Businesswomen Rock. And she has a massive organization of different business women, and she puts on plenty of events. I went to a small local event where I met another young lady who was a partner up with a foundation called She's Going Places. Through She's Going Places, they had a vision party, and through the vision party, meeting other women, I met Mrs. Amaryllis Cooper, who started off on her mission to start a foundation from giving away 1,000 backpacks. So she took 1,000 backpacks that she was giving to kids, that springboarded into a foundation, which led me to my first sign up with her. And the amount of, I would say, the word I'm looking for, momentum that I have with that. I mean, there's an event going on tonight where there's some people that are actually doing a bingo fundraiser that she's been invited to, and I was going to piggyback off of that from another organization. So it's just full of excitement. We did a community cleanup. We did a call to action. I called up some friends who have a lot of traction on Facebook. I myself probably have about maybe 200 or 300 people on Facebook, and that's like really low. The gentleman I reached out to has over 5,000 Facebook followers and over 14,000 Instagram followers, and he was able to plug into that event to his people. So it's a lot of momentum going right now, and you know, it's just great things to come that's going to spring out of it.
Wow, that's awesome. I like all your unique strategies and how you are just having a blast, being a giver out there, making a difference in the philanthropic world. That's great to hear, Keyshawn.
Thank you guys for your leadership.
Everyone, we need to move forward to the next segment of our training, try and keep it tight for everybody's timelines. We know that you have a life and other things to do this evening. So we're going to move on to our agent spotlight. Now, these are agents that are recognized from the month of December's production. So there was multiple categories depending on agent with the most memberships, actual downloaded or purchased during campaigns, most agents. So we're going to kick off. The first agent recognized is Micaiah Blue. She's a marketing director at the Jersey Marketplace. She's actually been an athletic trainer for years, so you can understand how this might be a toe fit with Dynamic, because now she not only can do athletics, but she can help all these athletic clubs and teams with fundraising. And that is, oh, I'm just getting a message that my screen's not advancing. So hold on, everyone. Let's try that again. Are you guys seeing that?
It says just a blank screen, full screen. There's nothing on it.
Okay. What about now?
Nope.
I'll go.
Still looking at gray screen there, buddy.
Still gray?
Yep. You lost your file or something. Looks like your agent presentation is missing, man. We might have to recognize our leaders while you work it out. There you go.
There we go.
Okay. Can you guys see it now?
Yep. Agent spotlight.
Beautiful. Okay. 1 second here. So on to Miss Blue. So she's a marketing director at the New Jersey Marketplace, and she is an athletic director. So you guys can obviously understand why this would be a fit. You guys kind of overheard some of what I was saying there. Our next agent is Carl Demalig. He's a regional manager, and he kind of bounces back between California and Nevada. He's an entrepreneur, and obviously this was a fit. He does a lot of nonprofit work. The work that he's working on with that organization that he won this challenge with is definitely philanthropic. It's a very large master agent kind of negotiation they worked with. And I'm going to bring on Dr. Glenn to share about the next agent that won, Monique Bell. Would you like to share, Dr. Glenn?
Absolutely. Monique is really special to me for so many reasons, but how she came to be an agent in our business, she was an administrator for one of my charities. And I looked at the signups from the charity. It was a school, and she had shopped more than anyone else. So she ended up replacing last year's administrator. And as a principal in the school, she thought that this would be valuable not only at her school, but many others. So this absolutely made sense to this very, very busy mom. In fact, she just walked in the door to her home, so her apologies, but she totally gets it. So I think the big picture is for all of us to see who really is using our apps and invite them to take a look at the business. And so thank you, Monique, for your success in December.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Dr. Glenn. We're going to be running a similar challenge for the month of February. We ran it for January, and I'm looking forward to see who January Agent Spotlight is going to be on. And for February, why don't we challenge yourselves? Let's see who can get the most awards, who can sign up the most amount of direct agents, and let's start making an impact by starting with yourself and what you can do with your own business. So we're going to go into announcements. We have some exciting new resources. You've probably seen these on Facebook, I would expect, but we're going to make sure everybody's in the know. We saw at the middle of the month, and this is probably my favorite announcement, is we have a new intro to Dynamic for potential agents. And we adjusted that to encompass what we've been using for years now. Our 351 has more of a nonprofit, philanthropic feel. And then we also have a new version that we've never released before, and that was with a B2B video included on the employee retention side. So you can use this depending on who you're going to directly try and bring on as an agent for Dynamic for a variety of different circumstances. And Mr. Frager is going to get more into that in our training tonight. I also want everybody to know that we have an updated email drip campaign. So when you bring on a new agent, you just need to know that they're going to get a series of about 5 emails that's going to explain the best practices for success in their new business. Now, this is going to get streamlined, it's going to get better, but just realize that you're going to get some support from our marketing team and corporate and your senior VPs of leadership, development, and marketing. And beyond that, we had presenting to a business, which was like literally a long anticipated training. We had waited for that one for a long time to put together, and that was with our Executive Vice President, Tim Haney, and he shares his best tips on presenting to a business. Now, I don't want to say too much, but he taught how, and he shared his best tips. And I've been talking with him, and he is talking about releasing a similar training like Mr. Frager did for recruiting agents, but for the B2B space, for bringing on an organization. So that's a pretty exciting release that is on the coming soon. We'll see how long that takes, but just know that we're working on some other releases as well. Beyond that, special message from Mr. Stonick at corporate. We're going into the beta stages for a section of the app that we'd like to call Day Rater. You can kind of see what it does there on the slide, but that's going to be a pretty phenomenal release. Corporate's very excited about it, and obviously that's a lot to add to our employee retention package that we're able to offer to a company. The coming soon, we're looking forward to a training guide for nonprofit coordinators, a fundraising calculator at Dynamic Academy, as well as a B2B pitch packet, also a social media promotion for nonprofits. If you guys haven't already seen it yet, if you go to the dynamicscript.com website, you can actually see a calculator built for B2B. Mr. Haney covered that in his training last month that we have in a full training. And soon those will be full courses that we will release on Dynamic Academy for training purposes and for you to educate yourself and your future new agents coming on board. So we're going to turn the training over to none other than our Senior VP of Market Development, Mr. Frager, and he is going to discuss the next topic, peaks, scripts, and role play. And as we know, we have a brand new 16-minute video to go along with all that. So this is a very exciting training as he teaches us how to use the new tool that we released in January. Mr. Frager, take it away.
Thank you very much, Jonathan, and congratulations to everybody that's doing so well, to our Agent Spotlight people, to Brenda, quote unquote, ACS Wright. I think I'm going to insert those 3 initials into her name because we're very excited about what that'll mean. Just being able to tell people that we're affiliated with the biggest charity in the world, American Cancer Society, is just a noteworthy thing by itself. And for every one of you for being on this call, we hope you won't be disappointed. Some months ago, we talked a little bit about the agent recruiting part. And I think it's important to understand, as I shared with one of our agents yesterday, that there's no obligation for any person in this program to go out and build a team, to go build an agency. If you want to come in as a regional manager, you're happy to go after your local or connected charities or organizations or businesses. We applaud you. We want to see you win. And we hope that you reach your goal the way that you've set your business in motion. However, we also want to remind everyone that we have an opportunity to leverage our time and scale our company. Ownership in Iowa has reminded us that we need to bring on a minimum of 500 agents brand new to our team this year in order to keep pace with all the IT and all the programs that are going to be rolling out. And so what does that mean for you? It means that you and I have an opportunity to not be the entire international team or national team when we look in the mirror. We have an opportunity to share the good of our company on the B2B side, on the nonprofit and school side, and so forth, with people that are either just wanting to do good or people that are interested in doing good and making some money for their families as well. And like I illustrated on the last time we trained on this passport is my way of getting out of the country to another country. There is a similar passport or introduction that will work best, and we have some enhancements that we're excited to release to all of you that will allow you to do this recruiting process or team building process with minimal effort. What do I mean by that? I mean that we have put together with Dynamic Academy a very simple way for a new person to come in, literally bring themselves up through the training on their Dynamic Pay app, bring themselves through the training that they need for any aspect of the business. And so with just a little bit of guidance and with the roles that Jonathan and Heather and myself play in the company, they can have success. Back in the days when we started, everything was manual, everything was done person after person, and that led to the several hundred of you that are part of our team. But those days are over. There's no Wild West left in the company. And so what we want to do is just demonstrate for you. I'm going to use Jonathan to role play with me. We have what we affectionately call a soft and a regular approach. A soft approach for those of you that are just truly not built for sales. Outreach is a little bit of a challenge for you. You need a more of a conversational back and forth banter in order to feel comfortable with approaching someone that could potentially become an agent. And then we're going to talk about those that want to reach out to anybody that's in their life looking to make extra money, anyone that's already a business owner and the like, or charity director and the like, and give them an opportunity to override their own business or charity and to reach out to others. And we're going to use a new tool than what was taught on our last training along these lines some months ago. So we hope you'll pay close attention to it. So approach number one is for those of you that are just less inclined to be direct and asking someone, are you open to looking at something? So let's suppose that Jonathan Bannister, Jonathan has a great spa. What's the name of your spa, Jonathan?
Body Oasis Day Spa.
Body Oasis Day Spa. And I just can't wait to get back to Jonathan Spa, and I know that he's a business owner and all. So I might just have a simple banter. And I want you guys, especially you gals that remember when you were little and you did double Dutch, where, you know, the people would be doing this with the jump rope and you would be rocking back and forth, ready to jump in. And then you jump in and you'd get in and then you jump up. There was a timing to this process. It could go something like this. How you doing, Jonathan?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing great. I wanted to check in and see how's everything going with your day spa.
Oh, you know, it's pretty good. It's winter.
Now let me freeze for a moment. Jonathan is a business owner. His day spa is a profit center. It's not a non-profit. But I might even know that Jonathan likes to give back. So I might slant it as well. Jonathan, you remember I was talking with you about a program that we've put into place that could help you with your client and your employee retention. Do you recall we spoke about that?
Oh, yeah, like a few months ago.
How's that going? Have you given any thought to that?
I don't know. Was it like an app or something that worked with a Google Pay or something like that?
You have along the idea. I'd like to send you actually a sample of the app so you can see how it works. And I'd like you to imagine having something that you could provide for your employees, provide for your clients that would show appreciation, not just once, like at the end of the year when you give them a gift card, but that would allow for them to get the benefits of saving money when they go shopping year round. And I know that you also have a little bit of corporate social responsibility. You like to give back, don't you?
Yeah, I like to help the community I live in, small.
So the best part about the app when you see it is that you'll have the opportunity to be able, every time people make a purchase, to give up to 5 charities some income in the process. At the
really?
same token, yeah, you'd have the opportunity to be able to have a coupon to benefit your members right in the app for your own business. And I'd like to provide that for you. But before I go, I just wanted to ask you if you might be aware or think about the fact that our company's trying to grow and we're looking for people that you might know, maybe even yourself, that might want to not only do good and benefit their charities and causes and so forth, but might be interested in creating some revenue for themselves. Would you know anybody like that?
Well, what's it involve?
Maybe rather than me explaining it, there's a little video that I can send to you. And in the span of about 13 minutes, not even, it can explain everything that you need to know about how the app works, what it does in the way of good for others, and what could possibly be done to benefit you in the process without any money coming out of the hands of your charity. Could I send that along to you?
Sure. Yeah, I'd check it out.
Just curious, when's the soonest you think you might have 13 minutes just to take a look at it?
Probably Friday.
That sounds great. Would it be okay? You prefer morning or afternoon?
You know, I'm kind of a morning guy. I like my coffee.
So what if I caught you maybe around 10 o'clock in the morning? Would that give you time just so I can see what you like?
Yeah, sure.
So let me freeze. For those of you that got the gist, I don't want you to memorize the words. All that we did was have a conversation. There was no pressure. I was checking about his business because I'm approaching him for B2B. If he was a school director or a charity director, I might talk to him about his charity objectives. How's it going? How's funding? See if I can find a pain point that I can talk to him about what his charity's needs or school's needs are. But did everybody understand simply it was a bit of a lobbing back and forth, no pressure, no salesiness. When the time was right, I directed him that we're looking for people. When he wanted to learn more about it, I wanted to direct him to one of the 2 videos that you see there. I want you to look at the screen. You'll notice that there's a 12-minute and 40-second video that focuses on our 2-minute dynamic business incentives video, followed by my explanation of what could happen for an agent. And then to the left, shift left on your little pointer there, Jonathan, is the 14-minute version. So it's about 1 minute and 20 seconds longer. And that's the one that has our traditional 3-minute video instead of the 2-minute video. Basically, what we've done, everyone, is we've taken our 3-minute corporate video for charities and my old-fashioned 13-minute video that explained how you can make money as an agent, and we've combined it, included PowerPoint, made it really easy, did not mention anything in the video about the cost of entry for an agent. It's just enough to whet their appetite, give them the big picture. And at the end, when I call, let's say it's Friday at 10 o'clock, it might be something like this. Jonathan, did you get a chance to review what I sent you?
I saw like the first 2 or 3 minutes of it.
Very, very good. And did you find any of what you saw interesting?
I liked how I could help those organizations around me.
Very good. Would you know of anyone that might be interested in a program such as that?
Yeah, I know a girl named Heather out in Reno. She might.
So now I'm going to pause again. I don't know if you're picking up on the same vibe that I am, but Jonathan's not really lighting me up with excitement about the program, but he's also willing to do a referral. So worst case scenario in this arrangement is that he might direct me to somebody that would be interested in a charity. I might be able to pursue it. And I might even ask Jonathan, like, Jonathan, I'd love to get a chance to meet Heather. Do you think that you or anyone you know would have interest in the part of the business where we help charities like Heather's to benefit themselves and make some money along the way?
Yeah, I might be able to get her on the phone, actually.
Touchdown. Now, if I talk to Jonathan after they said, I watched the whole 14 minutes and this is really interesting to me, here's the mistake that rookies make. Rookies like to say, well, let's start, and they start talking all about it. And most of the people that unfortunately do that lose. In fact, when I was talking to an agent about this in the last 24 hours, I could tell that this person talks to his own people and is not getting interest as a result. The best thing to do when there's interest is to say, I can tell that you're interested. I'm so excited that you see value here. I'm working directly with the Senior Vice President of Leadership Development, Mr. Jonathan Bannister, Ms. Heather Tufts, or the Senior VP of Market Development, Mr. Joel Frager. Their entire role is to help people that have interest to understand, I want everybody to write this down, the rest of the story. Their role is to help everyone to understand the rest of the story. Absolutely zero sales closing involved in this approach. Is everybody with me on that? Raise your hand if you're visible. Is it making sense? Soft lob. We're playing badminton instead of tennis. You guys understand? Badminton, tennis. That's the difference. That's the soft approach. Now, I was not raised, honestly, in that mindset. It took the great leaders like Brenda and Jonathan and Marcia and Diana and others to get me to understand that there are actually people out there who don't think like I do. I knew that, but you know what I'm saying. People that are whales by the fish types and they're thinking that way. However, when we launched B2B, which, whether you realize it or not, will be the prevailing leading aspect or vertical of our company, and we're talking to business-minded people, back to Jonathan and his day spa. We're talking about corporate social responsibility, the give back, right? We're talking about employee retention, because we know that they're spending $35,000 to $40,000 to take and vet and train and bring an employee up. And they're getting, if you look at current charts, and Heather posted it, 40 to 70% turnover. That's ridiculous, right? So when I'm talking to someone in the business mindset, I've got to make it a different approach than just doing good. Did I lose Jonathan? Jonathan, did you die on me? Oh, there you are. I couldn't find you on the little mosaic. So same kind of approach, but this is number 2. This is the direct approach. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. How's your business going, the spa and everything? Is it doing well for you?
Oh, man, it's just going so phenomenal. I love this time of year.
Excellent. Now, time out, everybody. I could banter with him a little longer about how's the spa going. I remember once you told me that you'd had some turnover. I'm sorry to hear that. I could go that route. But because I'm doing this in between my day job or my career or my kid's bath cycle, right? I might just do something like this. Jonathan, I was reaching out to some of the local business people because my company is looking for good people. Can I ask you, are you open to looking at something outside of what you're doing?
Sure. What do you got?
I actually am part of a program that not only helps businesses with their customer and client retention, but helps charities around the country with sustainable fundraising. And rather than me explaining it to you, I have a very short video. It's actually all together It's about 12 minutes. The first 2 minutes explain what the program's about, an app that our company's developed. But if you like that, you can just continue right on through. It explains how this might benefit you. When's the soonest you might have 12 minutes to take a look at it?
Probably this afternoon.
2 o'clock or 4 o'clock better for you?
Oh, I like 2.
Great. So if it's okay with you, I'm going to send you the link, and maybe around 2:30, you could expect my call. And all I'm going to want to know is whether you liked what you saw, and if you'd like to learn more.
Sure. I don't care.
2:30. Jonathan, did you get a chance to look at the video?
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it.
Really, what did you like about it?
Oh, I just love the fact that I can make money helping these charities. I know so many sports teams and like all the coaches and like my friend, she like does all this like nonprofit stuff. I think she's got like 20 years or something. Like, I don't know. I think that it would be like a really good way to make some money.
Excellent. Now, freeze frame, everybody. I can continue. You can never ask, what did you like enough times? I asked him once. My personal rule is I don't hang up till I get the person to give me 3 things they like the best. Because I've been trained that when people talk about what they like when they review something, they're talking themselves into the program. You don't have to sell them. But even if I just get one time, I like the program, now I know Joel Frager, regional manager or marketing director, my work is done. And it's time for me to either talk to one of my LC vice presidents or to go straight to the senior VPs that are on this call. Jonathan, Heather, Joel, not necessarily in that order. And I'm going to say something like this. Well, Jonathan, I'm really excited that you see value like I did. I thought you might. I'm working directly with one of the top producing senior vice presidents in this company that's national. Her name is Heather Tufts. And I'm going to use a few minutes or a minute to talk about what I know about Heather. What I'd like to do is I'd like to get her on the line so that she can tell you the rest of the story and explain to you what our needs are. And you could then decide if it's something that would fit for you or someone that you know. Is that all right?
Sure, I'd love to meet Heather.
Would you have some time now, or is it better if we did it a little bit later in the day after some of your work assignments?
Oh yeah, let's just do it now.
Sounds great. I don't know if she's available. She's extremely in demand, but let me text her, and when we call back, she'll be on the line, and we'll take maybe a few minutes. She'll give you the rest of the story. Does that sound okay?
Sure.
2 approaches, everybody. Soft, regular. Soft approach, badminton. Badminton, back and forth. What's working? What are you thinking about? We're trying to scale our company. We're looking for people. Might even be you or someone you know. Do you have a minute to look at this video? I'll send it to you. Notice that when I asked when is the soonest you can watch it, that's a critical question. And when he said like Tuesday, not good enough, morning or afternoon, I want everybody to write down A or B. Everything in life is A or B. Morning or afternoon? Oh, morning, very good. 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock? Oh, 10 o'clock, great. Now I've narrowed it down. I'll call you at 10:30. Please expect my call, because you know how it is to catch up with people, right? And that's how it's done. Other approach? Jonathan, I was thinking about you. I'm excited about something. May or may not be for you. Are you open to looking at anything outside of what you're doing? And
Sure.
The reason this works is because he's a business person. Whether he cares about charity or not, if he's a business owner, he's worried about turnover of his employees. He's worried about whether his clients are going to go to a different day spa next week. And he's worried about whether or not he's going to look bad in the community if he doesn't make some donation to the local park or whatever. So I'm not going after the same approach. Those 2 approaches are this. They're the passport. And what we hope, if you have not done yet, and as I turn this back to you, Jonathan, we hope that you might go on your Dynamic Academy. Jonathan, I believe we also have the links on Facebook as well.
Yes.
So Facebook, Dynamic Agents United, or the Academy, and we hope that you will please invest the time to watch one or both videos. The only difference in the video, big props to Michael and Calvin for making the video look so much better than my original attempts at doing that. And big props to Jonathan for his help on it as well. Took a lot of takes and a lot of patience. The one video has the 2-minute business incentives corporate video. The other one has the traditional 3-minute for the charities, schools, and the like. So if you don't know which way your person will go, show them the one with the 3-minute video like we've always done. But if you know you're dealing with a business-minded person and charities may or may not be on his or her mind, show them the 2-minute one, go right for that vein, and then the presentation afterwards follows. Don't talk about the $4.95 or monthly fee. Don't get into details. Edify or credential the senior VP or VP that's working with you. Let us go ahead and give them, what is that called? The rest of the story. And just so you know, it's working well. Thank you very much, Jonathan. Hope this helped, and back to you.
I'm going to actually bring you right back on because I want you to release the
Do I get to
February
do that
month's
too?
promotion because this is all you, buddy.
Well, guys, we had such a pop for January that we wanted to come back with the permission of the ownership and continue our bonus for February. So for any new person that starts between 1 February and 29 February, we have a leap year, everyone. Anyone that gets started and simply gets 5 agents, 5 app shares, and 5 purchases, 555, they are going to be promoted to marketing director and get all the commensurate raises financially that go with that. If a person gets to 5, 10, 15 in their 30 days, they're going to get a $500 bonus in their mobile wallet. If a person gets there in 60 days, they're going to get a $250 bonus in their mobile wallet. So big push to get new people, okay? If someone goes and gets 10 agents, whether you got the other things in place, any new person that gets 10 agents, this is again within the first 30 days of being in our company, 10 agents from any source, you've just gotten yourself promoted to vice president with all the perks, the overrides, the $5 a share, the $2 overrides, the residuals. It's crazy. And for all of you existing agents, how many of you are existing agents? A bunch of you. So here's the crazy thing. If you get to 555, wherever you are, you have nobody in your team, you have 1 person, you have 4 people. If you get to 555 by the end of this month, you got an extra day. You also get promoted to marketing director. Again, no bonus is applied because you're an existing agent, but you get the promotion. And if you get to 10 agents, that means you bring in 10 agents, right? We're getting it done. Guess what? You can go vice president as well. That's 10 new agents, just so we're clear. So pretty awesome promotion for the new person, pretty awesome promotion for you guys that are in the business. And we hope that when this call is done, you'll make a fresh little list, use these incredible tools. Make sure you've watched the presentation. Any feedback, I'm always willing to hear, even if it's not so perfect. I did not go for perfection. I went for perfect imperfection. So non-studio, real person Joel, as opposed to welcome to Dynamic Script. We didn't want that. So hopefully you'll find a value in it. But if you see something that we didn't catch that you need tweaked, let me know. Any questions on any part of my training or on the announcements or the bonuses? And just so we're clear, for any of you that go after the 555, that means you're going after it this month as well. Starting wherever you are, you're getting 5 new agents, 5 new shares, and so forth. Just so we're, or the 10 agents for VP. I just want to be clear. This is a golden opportunity. All your leadership council members had to do 15 back in the day. So you have a chance to get it done. Thank you all for your time. I'm jacked out of my mind. I'm going to explode in this chair. So I got to, before the hemorrhaging happens, I got to give it back to you, Jonathan.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Mr. Frager. Amazing job, as always. We love the new tools that you released and the special training on how to use them and the role play, just making it come to life so we can really wrap our minds around that. With that being said, everyone, I encourage everyone to tune in next month and be ready for our training. It will be the first Wednesday of every month from now on at 6 p.m. PST. We did this to encompass the whole nation as we unite together and really move forward to make some progress. That will encompass all time zones and hopefully make it easier for everybody to be present for this once a month call for all Dynamic. Other than that, please continue to work with your VPs and LC members, and let's go make an impact with Dynamic. Everyone, have a great night. This is Jonathan signing off.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you all.